Hi everybody, welcome to, I guess this is sort of episode 1 of a vloggy thing because
we're trying things out.
We can't remember where we were on the podcast and we're pretty bad about remembering to record those, so we're going to try a vloggy thing. So yay, episode 1 of the Run All the Races vlog. We are coming to you, as you can see, from our nice comfortable bed in the Disney Boardwalk Village.
Because what did we say? Sitting is good.
Yes, even after a 5K. So we are here this weekend for the 2018 Star Wars Dark Side
5K
marathon weekend. 5K was today.
10K half marathon.
Yep.
And okay, well, we'll get into that.
Well, we're all confused because since this is the only Star Wars this year, all of the hashtags have changed from Dark Side to just Star Wars, and so we're all confused, but it seems like everybody's still using all the Dark Side stuff anyway, so.
I don't know what to use, so I'm tagging everyone.
No, and fingers crossed that the Disneyland ones come back, so I guess we'll stick with Dark Side with the hope that Light Side returns eventually anyway. So, we had an interesting morning. We actually ran the race.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's talk about the Expo really quick. We ran in and out of that Expo so fast.
As fast as you can with having to go to 3 different buildings.
Yeah, so they built a new building. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically a brand new building as soon as you walk in, and they put all the merchandise there. And there was lots of merchandise. I mean, you still could find by the time we got there, which was probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they had all the sizes and on Thursday, all the sizes and all the merch. And the Expo had opened at 10 a.m. officially, so I don't know what time it really opened. But they had some really cute merchandise, and new this year they had themed tech tops and themed tech bottoms, and they rolled out some Han Solo, some Darth Vader, some Chewie leggings and tops and everything, and we were like, ooh, this is so good, we have to have it, until we saw that the quality was not so good, and that if you had stretched it, you could see the writing on the inside, and we're like,
so
how's that going to look when you're nice and sweaty? Will we be able to see people's underwear?
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, so it was on a mannequin, and so we pulled it up to look at the butt area, because that's what you care about when you're running and you can't see yourself when you try stuff on.
Correct.
And you could tell it was
and there's no changing rooms, right?
Yeah, you could tell there was a white plastic mannequin underneath it, and you could read the printed label through it. So
yeah, I didn't think it would be a good thing for these
40-something
years, to show off all our bajunk. So so we kind of passed on that. But also another two interesting things to note for this race weekend was that this was the first weekend that there was a virtual Star Wars race.
Oh yeah. So
we picked up our virtual Star Wars medals. We'll post those on Instagram at Run All the Races.
Hold on, I'll find it.
Okay, and so I picked up that. I was like, what? When did I sign up for this? Years and years ago. So we picked up those, and then also they were still, all the races or late registration was still available for the 5K, the 10K, and the half marathon for this weekend, which I thought was really, really interesting. I mean,
it's like the good old days, back like when I remember running Disney, like starting in 2005.
You're going to open it?
Yeah, so you got this cute little box. You had to sign your life away to prove that they handed this to you.
Yep.
So you got this cute little box, and inside is a BB-8 keychain.
Ooh.
And I think it lights up and makes sounds. We haven't gotten that far yet, but apparently it does that. Some in the color of runDisney and Star Wars gray. And then
packaging.
You got a medal.
Yay!
Which it's pretty big. Look, compared to like our faces, it's pretty big. Hold that.
So you were supposed to run, this is a half marathon medal, so you were supposed to run.
And a magnet.
And a magnet. So I hope you can see that without the glare. There is the medal. Okay? And then if you completed your virtual half marathon and you run on Sunday and you complete the Dark Side half marathon, you'll have one of these cute little plastic things that you have to wear for the whole weekend. And they'll give you the Kessel Challenge medal, which is the Millennium Falcon, which is like super duper cool, and you have to have that.
Yeah, and then we had shirts. So this was today's shirt.
Yep.
Cotton as always, but still cute.
Yep. So that was the Expo. I mean, I thought that was interesting that race registration was still open for all 3 races, and that it was the first year that they were picking up stuff. The Expo was fine. I mean, we hadn't gotten there. They still had Dooney purses. They still had all the merch. And
it was way less like competitive than it has been in the past.
Yeah. So there you go. So today was the first
5K.
race, the 5K. It started at 5:30 in the morning. You were bused if you stayed on property. You were bused from your hotel right to Epcot. So it was the traditional 5K around Epcot. So let's talk about that.
So interestingly enough, though,
we were in Corral A.
Right? And I had an overnight flight on Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Kim had a really early flight, and so
6 a.m.
Yeah,
yep.
and so by the time we ran around and did the expo and stuff and got a couple things to eat, we were pretty beat, and so we had a really hard time getting up this morning. So we were a little slow. We had put together a costume, but it's as per this weekend usually is.
It's really hot. Very, very hot and muggy, and we were just I don't know, we're
tired
just not
and grumpy
and just not feeling it, right? We're just like,
So
I think it's kind of past its fun
for us at least. Yeah.
For us, for costuming. So we were like, let's use our Ink and Burn. We had last year's Ink and Burn May the 4th, which is coming up. If you love Star Wars, be sure to follow Ink and Burn, @Ink and Burn, #Ink and Burn, because every May the 4th, they put out a special edition Star Wars themed shirt. So this year it was, last year it was C-3PO, so we wore those.
And hadn't worn it yet because it came out after all the Star Wars
and people
stuff
were loving our costumes, so it really breaks our heart that we invest so much time in costumes, and then, it's
but it's
like...
great. Ink and Burn loves that we're wearing the shirts. That's awesome. So it was really comfortable. Today, trust me, being in tech material was way better because we actually ran. So we were in the first corral
in
so
A.
They were doing A through...
I don't even know.
I don't think it went that far. But so they had larger
Multiple
corrals that they were breaking up into the little mini corrals like they do now.
Maybe G.
But we ended up in the actual first. Wheelchairs went off, and then it was us. And so we actually took off running because, one, it's a little bit after 5:30. It's dark
and we were
out.
cold.
Yeah, it's dark out. You can't see anything. And as this is the course that takes you out around the parking lot through a fair amount of nothing for about the first mile, we were like, we might as well run because you can't take a picture with your phone. It doesn't come out. And there's really nothing. I mean, the first thing was right past the guard shack.
Yep, in mile 1, right before you, you run in behind test track is normally where they put R2-D2 or whatever. But this year, they put the Emperor's chair.
And it's just an empty chair, and there wasn't even a PhotoPass person there, and so we didn't even stop.
We're like, eh. So then you ran in and everything, and there wasn't a real character. There wasn't a real character stop until Germany.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, and it was R2-D2.
Yeah, and so because we were in the first corral and actually started running, there was like 4 people in the line in front of us, and so we were like,
"Yay!
Hey,
we'll stop."
Yeah.
And then we kept on running, and then after that there was Chewbacca, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, Chewbacca.
Yeah, where was Chewie?
Chewie was on past mile 2, inside behind England was Chewbacca.
Yeah, it was dark though, so like I said, it sort of all blended together.
Yeah, and there were lots and lots of PhotoPass photographers on course.
Once you got into
cool.
Epcot.
Once you got into Epcot, so the second character stop, or I don't call I wouldn't say that the stages, the photo ops are necessarily character stops. They're just photo ops with the Emperor's chair. Would you agree?
Yeah, especially with not having a PhotoPass person there.
Right. So the second character stop was the Wookiee, and then we kept on running out of. Then we ran back into World Showcase, and the next character stop wasn't until right in front of the fountain and the ball, when you look towards the ball, and they had the stormtroopers, and they were basically like, take your selfie, stormtroopers.
Yeah, it was they LC'd the stormtroopers, so you couldn't actually stand next to them, and you sort of were taking selfies. So we sort of selfied off to the side with them.
Yeah, and then we ran towards Living with the Land, and we went in front of Land of Imagination. and there was
The
dun dun
Rebels.
dun
The
the
Rebels.
Rebels. And guess what? No line for the
There
Rebels.
was nobody in line. So I think what happened is a lot of the
But a
people,
12-year-old telling everyone
telling
who they
them
were. So
'cause
I
all-
appreciate
all
that.
us old people
We're like,
who
who are
those
they?
people? Yeah.
Ooh.
So we took a picture with them because there was 0 people in line.
And I felt kind of bad for them. They were just standing there like,
yeah.
okay.
So then we ran around by Living Seas.
Yep, and then around Living Seas, came
around.
back, more photographers, everything, blah 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 blah. And then when you turn the corner to basically go out to the finish line, and where they normally have, if you ever run Walt Disney World Marathon weekend for the half and the full, they have the choir. So set up there was the 501st Legion, which are basically cosplayers for Star Wars, and they were all set up, and they were kind of like, okay, where's everyone?
there was Kylo, there was Captain Phasma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was everyone.
Yeah,
everyone was there. We have photos, so we'll post them.
Yeah.
And then
that
we
was
were
it.
and then we went into the finish line, and Rudy is like, "Hey, Gail Savage! Hey, Rebecca Bastion! Hey!" And I'm like, he was like, kind of like,
what are you doing here? It's
huh.
still dark out.
So it was really fun. And then we were done, and we were like, oh look, 42 minutes. Hey! And we saw Laura Fry at the at the finish line. Mm-hmm. We got our medal and everything, and we got our Gatorade and our water, and we took our finish line photos.
Because there was nobody in line for
no lines for anything. And then we're like walking out, and we're getting water, and then they're like, Corral! I don't know what it was, but they're like, you're the next Corral! Boom! And we're like, what? What's going on? What time is it?
So I have never finished a Run Disney race and heard them still sending off corrals. So
I've gone to the BAA 5K, and we've actually seen people, the winner, win while we were crossing the start.
Yeah,
We've
so
been
that's
on the
opposite end of that.
Yeah. And then another corral went like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
So we were like, what?
We were dumbfounded and very, very confused.
So here's a tip. If you don't want to wait for your bus, take some more time out on the course, because if you finish early, you can't leave unless you take a car.
Yeah, we were trapped.
Yeah, we were trapped.
They won't bring the buses in because the buses come where we're the first quarter mile of the races.
Right, that's the way to get out.
So we were forced to wait in a couple really not bad lines.
Character lines. For Darth Vader and BB-8, and there was also
that were in the staging
Captain
area.
Phasma and Boba Fett. And
the Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, Kylo Ren.
And the Jabba the Hutt. And yeah.
Yeah, but we did 2 of those, and then we're like,
bus,
yay! And that was that.
Yeah, it was warm. It wasn't horrible, but we were appropriately dressed for once.
Yeah.
Thank God. So
yeah,
it was fun. We had a good time. It was hilarious though, because we got finished and didn't know what the heck happened, because we've never finished when it's still dark out.
What? What do you mean?
and then Rudy ended up texting Kimberly going, I'm sorry, I knew it was you, but it came out wrong. And we're like, hey, we understand. Nobody expects us to come in at 45
We understand.
minutes. You're expecting us to be 2 hours later. Yeah.
I told my daughter, and she's like, did you accidentally cut the course? And we're like, no, really. We promise. We actually ran. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this new series of videos that we're going to put out for you. We're trying things new.
We're too lazy to do
testing.
the podcast.
We're learning.
We're too lazy to do the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Run All the Races, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Bye. See you tomorrow. Or not.